Very quickly, just to walk through making a ClassKick portfolio roster, you're going to want to start with whatever your class list is, making an Excel spreadsheet with the first name, last name, ID that you desire, and password. The ones that have already been uploaded into the ClassKick for our school have the same user ID and password as we use for STAR, with their student ID number and then their first name, lowercase, no spaces, with those few numbers of their student ID number as the password. That's the recommendations. That way, when other kiddos are logging in for other teachers, especially if they have multiple teachers, it won't require them to have different sets of logins for every teacher, or to remember what it is, or any of that stuff, or for you to accidentally change someone else's. So once you have that created and saved as an Excel CSV, then you'll go ahead and log into your ClassKick account and choose rosters from the left-hand menu. You'll go into your rosters where you'll see a list of any rosters that you have that currently exist, and you'll press that green plus sign that's inside of the circle in the top right corner. You'll select new roster. You'll be prompted then to name your roster, and then you can choose add your students. You can add your students in two ways, as basic students or as portfolio students. If you add them as basic students, they won't have a username and password. You'll have to give them the class code for your roster or your assignment. They'll click that, it will take them to the assignment. That's great. As long as they are using the exact same name every time, they can get back in and see their assignment. They cannot see previous work, and you cannot see an assignment history all in one go of selecting the student and viewing their history. So if you want to be able to do those things, you will select portfolio, at which point you will be prompted to either create new portfolio students or add selected. You can add selected students because you'll see a list of students that will show up that have already been added to your organization. Over on the left-hand side will have their names, the user ID that's assigned to them. The roster that you've named that you're wanting to add them to will show up at the top. And you can just kind of scroll through and select their names, and then it will let you add them that way. The quicker way, because that will be everyone in the school, is to create new portfolio students. And again, you can add them one at a time, but not suggested. Import from CSV, that's going to be the Excel document that you made before starting. You're going to find that and press choose file, upload it. Once you upload that, you'll have the option to review all the names of the students that are on your spreadsheet, and you'll press continue. Once they have been imported in, you will see the list back of where all of the students in our school are, and the ones that you uploaded will have the little green check beside them. Those are the ones that were from your list. You'll also at this point see a message that will tell you if some of the students already existed, that they weren't created, but they are now selected for you, so you don't have to go searching for their names. Then you press add selected, and it will add them to your roster. The reason why this is very helpful for you is because if you're trying to have an individual roster where you're always assigning exit tickets or work or progress monitoring or samples to, let's say it's just this one group that you have for math, or this separate group that's not the same kids for reading, or you have a work sample, you want to assign them for work samples and keep all the work samples together, or you want to assign a weekly assessment for them, whatever it might be, you can separate what you're doing with them by creating those different rosters for the different groups that you want, and just always assign that to that group only. Then you don't have to go looking for the work for that specific group of children. Once you have selected those and uploaded them, you'll then see another list that have the name, the account type, their username, whether or not they're active just means whether or not they've gone into the assignment you assigned, on your list again. And you can kind of scroll through and double check it if you'd like, or go through and count them, or even go through and edit them by hitting the pencil. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward once you have everything in order and everything lined up, but it can be a useful tool if, depending on how you're choosing to use ClassKick for yourself. Hope this helps.